Welcome to Flex Payroll demo. This is a Zambian cloud payroll system and HRR. So our payroll system is a cloud-based system. You can access anywhere where there's internet and on any internet-enabled devices. Our payroll system also is compatible with NAPSA, NIMA, and the Pay-as-you-earn. So once you prepare the payroll, all you need to do, you need to download the CSV reports. Then you upload these reports into NIMA, ZRA, Pay-as-you-earn, and also NAPSA. Then our payroll system has got also provision for bulk import of data. So you can upload the data of 1,000 records into our payroll at once. Then also you can email the payslip to all your employees. Then it has got also a robust reporting system on it. Now let me show you the actual demo. Login. I'll put in the browser for Flex Payroll, which is the www.flexpayroll.co.zm. So then I'll log in the demo account. Once we create your account, you are going to have the username and the password to access access your payroll. So this is my demo account. I'm logging in. Yeah, once you log in, you are going to get this particular dashboard. This is the dashboard. So the first thing that once you do your registration, there will be your company sitting on here. So all you need to do for the first time, you need to do the company settings. So you click on company settings, then you click on this line here. Then here, your company name will be sitting here. It will auto-populate. Then the next, you just need to put in your physical address. Then you put in your NAPSA employer number. Then the next one here, you put in your NIMA employer number. Then under here, these are this a US dollar setting. So if you have got employees which are getting paid in US dollars, we can also set it under here. The next one here, what you need to do when you go on the pay slips here. So on the pay slip here, you can decide on A4 paper to put either 2 or 3 pay slip on A4 paper. Then you can cut, or it has got provision also for email, so you can email. The next one here, you need to do to set up leave day setup. So under labor law, each employee is entitled to 2 days. So you put 2 days here. Then under retirement age here, you can lock the system. If you put this at 55, that means if anyone above 55 years, it won't calculate the NAPSA, or you can leave it open depending on what you want. The next one here is the leave days formula. So leave days formula. This is the formula, which is the open bracket gross pay space times leave days close bracket space divided by 26 working days. So 26 working days is the minimum days set by labor, our labor here in Zambia. So you can either take it to 30 or 22 depending on your. So that means this one, it will, once you start rolling over the payroll, it will be able to start accumulating the 2 days which you have set them under here. Then when somebody goes on leave, there's a place where I'm going to show you where you can apply the leave. Then it will bring the reports for all your employees. You can track your leave days on month-to-month basis. Then under here, it shows the show leave value. It means that if it's ticked like this, that means on the pay slip, it's going to show the number of days and also the value. But if I untick this one, that means it will show just the number of days. So depending on what you want. Then after this here, I can click here on upload a photo. So once I click here, then I can go and apply a logo. This logo should be in JPEG format. So this one, once you apply it, it will appear on your payslip and also on your documents. So once I do that, I'll save. That means I've done the company settings. The next one I'll go is the user account. So under user account, I can add a number of users just by clicking add the record. I'll put their full name, their username, their email, and the provisional password. Then this one is unrestricted. When I click restrict here, it means that I can restrict the user. So these are the payroll modules which are sitting in the payroll. So I can just tick these modules so that that particular user can have only access of the payroll depending on what you have ticked here. The next one here is the audit trail. So under audit trail, when somebody logs in, it records the session, the time somebody has logged in, and the changes which somebody has done. So this helps to resolve the future dispute. Just in case that there are more than one user, then somebody goes in and changes the value, we'll be able to track that particular person. So once this is done, the next you go is under income setup. So you go under setup, then you click under income setup. So when you do the first registration, they only be basic pay here. They only be basic pay here. So you need to add these other allowances like gratuity, any allowance which your company has. So to add that one, you just click add the record. Then you put in, let's say, the code there, then the name, you put housing allowance, then here you click deductible. Then make sure that you click taxable and as NAPSA. Because in Zambia, most of the allowances, they carry tax and NAPSA, excluding the gratuity. Then in case that you have got a standard formula of applying housing allowance, I can apply a formula to say 30% of my base pay is housing allowance. When I click apply to all, that means it will assign now, it will assign my housing allowance, the 30% to all the employee. But in case they vary, we use what we call bulk import into the payroll system. Then also you can just click recover days. Recover days helps you, like when somebody starts in the middle of the month, I can apportion their salary based on the number of days which I've worked. After that, I'll save. So I can now put in all the housing allowance, the transport allowance there. I can put in any income, like normal overtime here. All I need to do, I create normal overtime here. I can put in this particular formula, which is base pay divided by 26 working days, open brackets, divided by 8, then times worked, then 1.5. So it means that when somebody works during the week after 8 hours, the normal overtime will start kicking in. So all you need to do, I'll show you where to apply the number of hours, then it's able to multiply with this formula to give you the normal overtime. The double overtime, again, it's the same. I can also do the same thing here. This is the formula for calculating double overtime. The only difference is that double overtime, there's a 2 here. So even that one, okay, we can set it up. The other income, if you want, we can also create a gratuity. So in case your employee, they are on contract, I can create a gratuity which will be able to accrue on monthly basis. The formula here is you put it under employer, which is base pay times 25%. Then that means that when I apply to all, every month, this gratuity will be able to accrue on monthly basis. Then from there, once you're about to get, somebody is about to get paid 3 months before, there's some warning which shows you that certain employees are due for gratuity. So it helps you to plan, in terms of paying gratuity. After that, all I need to do, I need to set up the deduction setup. So a new account, the NAPSA and tax, they're already embedded in the payroll with their formulas. So I need to add now NIMA. So I'll click under here, code, I'll put NIMA. Then the type, I'll put NHIS. Then the name there, I'll put NIMA. Then on the formula, an employee pays 1% of base pay, then employer also pays 1% base pay. Then I'll save. This is how I create NIMA. The next one, I need to create a salary advance. So in case that somebody, you offer salary advance, it's the same process. Salary advance, type other, then here I'll put salary advance. Then I'll click save. So this is how I create my deduction. So you can create any deduction. So after setting up now the incomes and deduction, the next one, I'll go under employee record here. I'll click employee record here. So these are the employees which are already sitting in my payroll. So to add individual employee, I'll just click add the record. Then I need to double check with my system the last ID which I have got here. Let's say, for example, like if it's 1007. So that means here, this is how I can put now 1008 as the next employee number. So you need to populate this one here. Employee number, ID is the NRC, social security number, NAPSA here, TPIN, then NIMA employee number. You put in their first name, you put in their last name, date of birth here, then here you put the email address. This one, an employee email address, so that they are able to receive the payslip via email. You can leave it open, or you can put a password. A password protects the payslip once you send it. That means an employee needs to apply a password to open the payslip. Then our payroll is, you can prepare it on monthly, daily, hourly. So on monthly here, that means I'll just put a monthly here, then I'll put in the basic pay here. But the way it's done, when I'm doing this, I'm doing individual employee. The payroll is made in such a way that you can also do bulk import of data into the payroll. So you can do individual, or you can do for 1,000 employee at once. So when you're doing the bulk import system, let me show you this file which you give to our employee. So let me just give this file to you. Okay. So this is the file which we use for bulk import of data. So what you need to do, that when you look at it, it has got employee number A, then first name is sitting on B, last name is sitting at C, social security number at D. So all you're going to do, you're going to populate all these fields with their base pay, their income, if they are on daily works, daily you put in the rate and the days. Then you also populate here their bank details, their email address, and also their. So once this is populated, you just go in the payroll here. In the payroll here, you go under employee, then bulk import. Then here you click, you match now. First name C, last name first name B, last name C. So once everything is matched, I can just convert that file into CSV, then upload into the payroll. So it can upload thousands of data at once. So that's how we do that particular bulk import of data. So then I'm going back again to individual employee. So once you create an individual employee, the next thing you need to link now that individual employee. So you click under transaction manage income. Then when you click under manage income, you come under here, you click add the record, then you pick the income there, then you pick the employee which you have created here, then you save. So that's how I'm linking now the employee which I have created under here, so that the system knows that this particular employee has got the best pay. Then if you want to add other income again, you go under the same process. You go under the same process, you click add the record, then you pick the income here. Let's say, for example, like housing allowance, then you are assigning to this particular employee, then you put in the amount here. Because these ones, the housing allowance, they come in as a drop down because we've already done them under setup here. So if, for example, like housing allowance is 1,000, you put 1,000, then you save. The next one, you need to link statutory deduction. So you come under transaction manage income, you click add the record, then you pick the employee here, the one you have created, then you pick in here the NAPSA, then here you say show and deduct, then you save. So that means you are saying you are specifying the system that this employee you have created has got NAPSA. Then you save, then you do the same process for pay as you earn and also NIMA. Then when somebody has got salary advance, all you need to do, you click again transaction, then manage deduction, then add the record, then you pick now the employee here, then you pick the deduction is a salary advance, then here you put in the total amount, let's say for example 2,000, then here you say show and deduct, then here you specify the number of installment. If it's, for example, like it's 5, you put 5 here, then also on outstanding months you put 5. Then it will auto-populate your monthly recovery of 400. So I've auto set to say that the 2,000 will be recovered over a period of 5 months, and the recovery monthly amount is 400. So once I do, I save. That means that I've set now the salary advance. The next thing I need to do is to to process the payroll. So I'll come under here, I'll click trial, then I'll pick the month which I'm processing here, then I'll click trial. Once I click trial, the next one here is the pay slips. So I can check this pay slip here. Once everything has been processed, this is how after processing, click trial here, you process, then you can pick now the pay slip. You pick the pay slip here, so I can search it here. Let's say 1090. I check the person, so you can filter that particular person. So when I click here, so this is how the pay slip will look like. It will have leave days. If you want, you can add the value. You can put in there's best pay here. There's the transport, lunch, sick leave. Normally sick leave, when somebody got on sick leave, it will show on the pay slip, but not with the value here. Then it will show your gross pay here. Then it will calculate your NAPSA pay as you earn, your NEMA, then salary advance. If with 5 months outstanding, this is the balance, this is what you have recovered. If you've got a loan, also it can show 5 months, 10,000, this is recovery. Then from there, it will show you my net pay here. Then it will show your bank details here, everything, and these are cumulative values here. So this is how the pay slip look like. Then, yes. Sorry, come again. Yeah, over a period of 5 months. Yes. After that, that means it will follow from the pay from your pay slip. Yeah. Then the next one, I'm going to show you reports. So reports are sitting under report viewer here. You click on the report viewer. The first one here is a pay as you earn schedule. So you just click on pay as you earn schedule here. Then the system keeps record from the time you start your payroll. So when you look at this month, there's 11. When I scroll down here, I can see 9, 8. So what I need to do, I just need to filter. All the reports have been built in with a filter, so you can filter by year and month. So you click year equal to 2024, then month, you click, let's say 11, then you click this refresh button here. So this is now my pay as you earn schedule for November. So it will show you my pay this month. Then these are year to date. These ones are tax to date. Then this is a tax. So I'm able to know my figure I'm supposed to pay to ZRA. So once I do the payment, this I can print it. Then it will be prepared by, checked by, authorized. Then that receipt you can attach to this particular schedule. Then you can file it so that people from ZRA, when they come, you just produce this schedule on month-to-month basis. The next one here is when I click under report viewer, I can check the NAPSA schedule. So NAPSA schedule is already compatible with the NAPSA system as long as all the social security number, the NRC. So this one shows your gross pay, then employer 5% and employee 5%. So I'll do the same issue. I just need to filter them by year and month. So I'll put 2024, then I'll put equal to, I'll put 11, then I'll click refresh button here. Once I click refresh button, then I'll just take it now to CSV. So I can pick the CSV. So this is how the NAPSA upload file. So I'll just save it as the November NAPSA upload file. Then I'll log in my NAPSA system, pick this file, then upload it on NAPSA system. Then from there, I'll do the payment. The next one here, when I go under report viewer, this is ZRI upload file. It's the same principle. It's already compatible with the ZRI system. You just filter it, then upload on ZRI upload system. Then you do the payment. The next one here is a NEMA, which is already compatible with the NEMA system. Same principle. You filter it, then from there you upload on NEMA system. Then you do the payment. The next one here is a leave days report. So leave days report here shows you the balance brought forward, what you have accrued in a month, and the total. Then when somebody goes on leave, it shows they are taken, then it also shows the value. So you're able to track your employee on month-to-month basis. The next one here is a bank transfer file. So bank transfer file, we can put in any any bank which you have. So this bank transfer file, you also need just to filter it by year and month. Then this one you can upload on your internet banking platform when you're paying salaries. The next one here is a net pay summary. So net pay summary, this one is a consolidated income and deduction and your net pay. So once you filter it, you are able to know the net pay summary you're supposed to pay on a month-to-month basis. Then the next one here is there's gratuity report. So gratuity report, you just click here, then you click generate. You just leave it to generate. So gratuity report, it will show you from the start date and end and what you have accrued in terms of gratuity. So just a minute, it's generating. Okay, so this is the report now. So it will store the start date and end date of the contract. Then this is a balance brought forward. So if, for example, like somebody you are joining, you want your gratuity, which is from previous, to carry forward, you put it here. Then here, it will be now accruing on month-to-month basis. Then you know exactly your gratuity you're supposed to be paying on month-to-month basis. Then when it comes like red here, it means that somebody is about to get their gratuity. It gives you warning in advance. Then when you come again under here, there is another report here for variance report analysis. So variance report analysis, it just shows you, compares your last month and current month, so that you know exactly in terms of how your payroll has moved. So it compares my last month and my current month. Then it shows the variance. So this helps like managers to make a decision, because managers will just tell you why has my net pay moved from 150 to maybe to 300. So this report helps to do the variance analysis, because it's able to show that it has increased because more employees have joined. So it compares all your income and deduction up to the all your deduction up to the net pay, up to the net pay. Then the next one here, when I come under report, I'll click. It has got also a JB report. Then it has got also pay matrix report. So pay matrix report is analysis of your entire payroll. So it will show you from here your base pay, or your income which you have added, or your deduction and net pay. Then it gives you the totals at the bottom. So this one just analyzes your payroll. So these are reports like you can even take it. You can take it to CSV, because all reports you can print them or you can take them to CSV for further analysis. Then from there also another report. When I go under processing, I'll click payrolls here. Then I'll click refresh button at the bottom here. Then I'll come here. I'll click the first line here. Then under here I'll click downwards. Then from here you can click. This is where you can view all the payslip. You can print, you can download, you can email. But before that, I'll click under view, so that I'm able just to run through, just to see my payslip for all my employees, to making sure that is it making sense. So I can just run through it. Once I'm happy, I can come here. If it's authorized, you can either print or download. Immediately you click email, it will send email to all your employees based on the email address which you had assigned to each employee. So now, once the payroll is done, the next thing what you're going to do is that when you come you need to close the payroll. So once you close the payroll, you can't amend the payroll. So that's why I advise, don't close the payroll in the same month which you are processing. You close the following month, the first week. By that time, you know that you have done all your obligations and you have paid all your employees. So once I'm sure that I need to close my payroll, I'll just come under here, I'll pick November, and then I'll click final. It even shows the sign, are you sure you want to close and process this month? Then you say yes. You click OK, then you process, then next you pick again December. Once you pick December, then you click, because here I haven't processed, then you click trial. Then it will throw all the figures of this pay matrix report. So this pay matrix report is for November. So it will throw this November into December. So once you go into December, all you need to do now is just you look at this particular base pay. If your individual base pay has changed, you just go under employee record here, you pick an employee here, then you just amend individual basic pay here. You put maybe 9,000, you save. But if there are a lot again, you can use bulk import into process for all your employee. All you need to do, you go under here, bulk import, then you go to your Excel file here. You just populate where your base pay is here for everyone. Then here you queue. So I'll just import this particular queue into the payroll. Then it will amend for everyone at once. That's how you amend either individually or bulk. The next one here, you can amend also the incomes individually or bulk. So individually, you come under here, then you just search an employee here. Let's say 1,090. So these are the incomes which has been assigned to Sakala. So here, if I want to amend transport, I'll just come under here. I'll amend here to maybe to 1.5. I'll save. But again, if most of them, the incomes has changed, I'll just go to the Excel file here. I'll just populate this one, RS and T lunch allowance for everyone, thousands. Then I'll go in the payroll here. I'll click a transaction bulk import. Then I'll just align that one. So I'll say I want to amend the housing allowance for everyone. Then also maybe I'll say lunch allowance. Then I'll put even transport. So I can put all the incomes. Then here I'll say amount. Here I'll say also amount.